And today we're going to be making a Model Magic balloon dog, and this is inspired by the art of Jeff Koons. He created 5 of these balloon dogs. Now his are extra large. You can see there's people here on the escalator. These are very, very large. They're made out of stainless steel, and they come in some different colors: blue, magenta, orange, red, and yellow. So we're going to be using Model Magic to build ours. You're going to need 2 toothpicks and then 2 kiwi-sized pieces of Model Magic. Now, it helps to soften the Model Magic up so that it sticks better to itself. So you want to kind of squeeze these and get them going, soften it up. You can usually feel when it starts to soften up. I'd say if you give it about 20 squeezes, that usually is a good starting point. Then, the next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be dividing these into the pieces that you need. You're going to need the different parts of the balloon. Normally when a balloon dog is made, it's one long balloon and then it's twisted and made to look like that. But we're actually going to have separate pieces that we put together. So we're going to need 4 pieces for the legs. We're going to need a piece for the tail, a piece for the body, a piece for the neck, a piece for the head, and a piece for the ears. And then we'll use a couple of little pieces to make the ends of the balloon. So we're going to take these and we are going to take each of these kiwi pieces and we're going to split them in half. So the first thing we need to do, like that. Then we're going to take each of these halves. We're going to split them in half. So now I have quarters from those big ones. All right, so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I need more than that. If you look here, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to take and split 2 of these pieces even smaller. So these are my small pieces up here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bigger pieces, 4 smaller pieces. And then I'm just going to grab a little tiny piece off of a couple of these just to use for the ends of the balloon. Doesn't matter which. Now, each of these needs to be rolled into a ball. So that's my next job. I'm going to make a ball out of each of them. I'm going to roll in a circle, okay, and get it as close to a ball as I can. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to roll on the table instead of your hands, you can definitely do that. Now they're not going to stay a complete ball shape. We do have to actually make them a little bit longer. These almost look like bean shapes. But to do that, we're just going to roll it back and forth twice. So you got to start with a ball. All right. Now that I have all the balls ready, I'm going to take each one, I'm going to go 2 times. 1, 2. So back and forth 2 times. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, so now I have these. Okay, same thing on the little ones. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so now I'm ready to start assembling my parts, and to do that, I am going to start with the legs first. So I'm going to pick out of these, I'm going to do kind of my smaller ones, and I am going to push them together and just kind of push the ends towards each other a little bit, like that. And then I think I'll do these 2. I'm going to just kind of push the ends towards each other a little bit. Kind of looks like it's that twisted balloon now. Okay, so to put this together, I need to put the body between to stand up the legs, like that, okay? So that it's standing on the legs. So you're looking right here at the top of it. All right, now the tail we're gonna use the other big piece for, but it's probably not gonna stay standing unless we use a toothpick. So you're gonna break one of your toothpicks in half, and you're gonna use that to help get your tail piece on. So you're gonna push it in the end of the body, and then you're gonna push the tail down on top of it. Okay, so now I've got my tail, my body, and my legs. All right, so the next piece is gonna be one of the smaller pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ears together, I think, first here for the head. So I'm gonna push 2 of these together, kind of like I did the legs, kind of round it out a little bit. And then the nose is gonna go on the front of that, or I should say the head, the face. And that is gonna go on top the neck. So I'm gonna put the neck on, like that. So this piece has to stand on the front. That's kind of hard. So we're gonna use the long toothpick we have here for that. So we're gonna push it through the neck, kind of go up into those ears to help hold all that together. You want some of it sticking out because you're gonna stick that down into the body. So then I'm gonna push that down, kind of go straight down so maybe it comes through here. I don't want it poking out the belly. So now, kind of reshape my pieces if they got, turned a little bit. So now I've got my dog, my balloon dog. And the last thing then is to add the ends of the balloon. So you can see the back end of the balloon is really just kind of like a longer, skinnier version of the other shapes we made. So I'm gonna take that little piece and roll it back and forth a couple times. And this helps to, again, use some of these leftover toothpick pieces. If I break this little piece in half and kind of add that to the tail so it sticks in place, that'll keep it on as it dries. All right, so there's the end of that. And then the nose is really the part of the balloon that ties. It's more of a cone shape. So you can kind of roll that and just kind of pinch it between your fingers a little bit. And then you can actually use the little toothpick that's left here to kind of shape the inside of it. If you want to make that whole balloon shape there, you can do that. Just kind of rotate it in there. And then to get that on, if you stick it on, it might stay. It's not as long as the tail is. If it's not gonna stay, you could use the toothpick, but you could also use just kind of like a piece of glue as well. Usually though, this piece is small enough it stays, and if you lose that little piece in the middle, you can go back and add it in. I'm just kind of rotating that in so I get that balloon end there. All right, so there you have it, a balloon dog inspired by the art of Jeff Koons.